The opposite of Christ is a frequent definition of the term Antichrist. Actually, the Greek translation of such phrase is against Christ. This is a good place to start when thinking about Lars von Trier's movie. The main character of Antichrist is a regular man who abandons our shared moral principles rather than a supernatural being. The fact that he lacks all goodness and personifies evil is a reflection of his nature, not of his theological identity. Willem Dafoe portrays this individual, known only as he, as a dark, driven, and tormented person. He and his wife, Charlotte Gainsbourg, engage in passionate kissing at the beginning of the movie. This is an entirely positive time. Their young boy starts to investigate by crawling in the adjacent room and tragically dies after falling. This in itself is a neutral act. The rest of the movie is inspired by it and is divided into 3 parts called grief, pain, and despair. So that being said, as always, sit back, relax, and enjoy rest of the video. He and she are already at psychological tipping points, so we must start with that assumption. She has been researching witchcraft, which makes her question whether women are fundamentally bad. She might feel less valuable as a result. He has a strong, domineering personality and, in my opinion, feels compelled to get revenge on the lady who gave birth to his child as a result of the tragic death. They blame themselves for engaging in sexual activity when they should have been paying attention to the baby. He is motivated to address her shame as a problem for reasons he may not be aware of, lecturing her in cool, patient, detached psychobabble. Penalty is required for guilt. She chastises herself in her head. He will hold her responsible for her sorrow. This causes agony, but it hurts the most when he insists on taking them to their isolated cabin in the middle of a nighttime forest that she already finds terrifying. You can interpret the name Eden of the cottage however you like. Since they have already consumed the fruit, they will never again experience Eden. Now their psychological suffering from his therapy and their exile in the forest are joined by their suffering from the environment and from one another. Strange creatures that appear to be conventional like a deer, fox, or crow but are possessed and out of the ordinary live in the woods. He and she rarely retreat to their cabin, instead finding themselves more and more alone in the countryside. They start to hurt each other in frighteningly intimate and horrible ways. What constitutes porn depends totally on the viewer. Von Trier is more driven to confront and shock his audience than any other significant filmmaker. He will accomplish this via odd stylistic experiments, painful experiences, ennui, theology, and sex. We are at least confident that we are watching a movie exactly as he intended it. I was more than a little moved by the performances. Anyone working with Von Trier must be a risk-taker, and that includes Dafoe and Gainsbourg. They are required to behave in this movie in exceptional ways. They react without holding back. More significantly, they persuade. The performers give the words and deeds as much credence as they can and take them at face value. Acting is a subject about which we know less than we believe. When questioned Dafoe about the conversations he had with Gainsbourg prior to their most challenging scenes, he said that they didn't talk much. On the set, we were quite intimate, but in reality, we hardly knew one another. The first time we kissed in front of the camera, and the first time we went naked while the camera was rolling. Pure faking, that is. Our intimacy is stronger for us because it only exists in front of the camera. So in a sense, it is a documentary. What is it a record of? One thing is the actor's bravery. Another example is the actualization of Von Trier's artwork. And on a more personal level, we worry that evil does exist in the world, that human beings are capable of unfathomable cruelty, and that this fear may result in the destruction of human hope, as it does in the movie. Despair is the 3rd stage. Hope you liked the video. So, stick around for more such videos and make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon.